All right, all right. What's up, good people? Glad to be on here on live, man. I'm grateful for being able to get on here on live. I'm grateful to have the ability to go live right now, man. And I have a special message that I wanted to give today, man. You guys know I told you I'm going to go live every single day, and pretty soon I'm going to get the actual time frame down of when I'm going to go live consistently every single day. But it's been a lot going on, and life has been life, and as you guys know, we just keep going, we keep pushing, and we keep making it happen, right? And so I wanted to go ahead and do this message. This is not the topic that I was intending to go live about today. I had planned out an entirely different topic to go live about today, but I felt it. I felt led to do this topic right here because I've had a lot of conversations. It's been on my mind. I had a lot of conversations with a lot of friends, a lot of people that I know, a lot of people in business, a lot of entrepreneurs and everything. And this is the topic that I decided to go ahead and replace this with. The topic I was going to do, right? The topic I was going to do is your mindset impacting you or affecting your income, right? And I was going to talk about some keys for that. But I decided to do this one because this is what I was led to do. I think this is more important. I don't know who's going to get on here to hear this, but I hope the person that this message is for, that I hope they get on, and I hope this resonates with somebody, and I hope this helps somebody move forward, right? If you're ready to move forward and you're watching right now with me live, can you drop a 777 in the chat or in the comments so that I know, right, that you can hear me loud and clear? And I know I got some people on here that my mic is working, everything is working properly, right? If y'all could do that for me, that'll be absolutely phenomenal, right? Now, I want to jump into this message. If you guys don't know who I am, this is your first time and my video just popped up on your For You page, or my video just popped up on your timeline, or whatever it is, right? I want to just go ahead and let you guys know that I'm Anthony Deloach, right? And I help people do a couple things. I like help people create passive income streams in their life. One of the ways that I'm focusing on doing that now is by building a personal brand that brings you passive income using the power of YouTube. So that's one of the things that I do. I also help people create alternative sources of income and developing income producing assets. So if that's something that you're interested in, then you need to definitely subscribe to my channel, maybe even connect with me somehow, send me an email, all that type of stuff. I love to connect with genuine people. But I want to tell you guys today, man, I've been in this space for a while. And like I said, I've had a lot of conversations with people, and I hope you guys allow me to just talk openly and just share from my heart what I want to give to people and what I've been led to give. And I want to tell you guys, these conversations that I had with people, I've had a lot of conversations with people who feel stuck, who right now are in a space where they're not as happy as they want to be. They're in a space where they're not as productive as they want to be. They're in a space where they're facing some challenges. They're in a space right now that things are not going the way they want to. Is there anybody that's honest enough right now? Maybe that's you. I know this message is for somebody, but maybe that's you. If you're anybody else that feels that way a little bit at all in your spirit, in your mind, in your heart, if you feel that way, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Drop a 1 in the chat or the comments. I want to know, anybody going to be honest and say, hey, look, man, I feel that way, right? I feel like things are not going exactly the way that I want things to go. Things haven't been moving as smoothly as I like things to go. Things are not the way that they used to be. Some people have been telling me, they said, man, things were much better before, right? Or I've experienced a level of success and now I'm not experiencing that level of success right now. Things have retraced. There was a big pullback in life, right? Those are some things. And I want to tell you, this is stuff. First of all, I want to let you know you're not alone. And I see somebody drop the 1 in the chat. Thank you so much. See you dropping 1s in there. You are not alone is the first thing that I want to tell you. You're not in this situation alone. You're not the only one that feels this. I've been having a lot of conversations with people who feel this way. And the best of us feel that pull, that urge. It's even the urge to quit sometimes, right? We feel that pull. It's a lot of us. If you're in entrepreneurship, especially, you out here, you're trying to make this thing happen full time. If you are a professional at your job, whatever it is, you're going to feel those times where it gets tough. You're going to feel those times where it feels like a pullback. You feel those times where you're wondering if you're on the right track, if you're on track to get to your destiny, to achieve your goals and all of that stuff. There's going to be those times. So I don't want you to think that you're alone. And I don't want you to think that other people don't go through this. Even though other people don't share all of those troubles and struggles on social media, it doesn't mean that they don't go through it. Right? So the key is to have a toolkit, right, that you can actually rely on when you go through those times. Because believe me, there's going to be times, as they always say, you're either in a storm, you're coming out of a storm, or you're about to head into a storm, right? And so here's what I want to tell you guys. If you are finding yourself in the middle of a storm, if you're finding yourself in the middle of what I call the trenches, right? And you say, because look, every day is not a mountaintop day. Every season is not a mountaintop season. There are some seasons where you find yourself in the trenches, but you got to know what to do when you're in the trenches. Here's the first thing that I want to tell you guys, man. If you're in a hole, set a goal, because fear and doubt won't get you out. Now, this is one of the sayings that I came up with a long time ago when I was in a hole, because I experienced this, guys. Let me tell you, we'll do a little story time, and I think that's what they call it on social media now. Let me tell you guys, I went through a situation. I went through a season where nothing was working for me. I went through a situation or a season where I was losing everything, right? Where with my family, we were losing everything. I'm talking about repossessions. I'm talking about evictions. I'm talking about just so many things back to back to back to back that were happening. And in that season and in that time, I said, man, I was struggling. I was like, I don't know what to do. But I'm going to tell you what I did, right? I didn't give up. When I was in that hole, I set some goals, right? Here's what I want you to, like, when you're on your back, like they said, if you fall down, try to line, I think Les Brown says it. If you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. I looked up, right? And I was praying to God for a solution to my problem. I was praying to God that I could get out of this situation, right? And God said, what do you want? It was a time for me to get clear on what I wanted. It was time for me to get clear on what I desired, right? And it's time for me to get clear on where I was going. And so I was in a hole, so I had to set a goal. I couldn't let fear and doubt keep me from moving. That's the first thing I want you guys to do. I don't want you to let fear and doubt keep you from moving. Here's what happens with a lot of people. A lot of you all have been through some stuff right now. You've been through some stuff that's causing you to doubt everything. It's causing you to have a level of fear that immobilizes you. Your experiences in the past, because things didn't work out the way that they should have, things didn't work out how you wanted them to and how you expected them to, now is immobilizing you and is keeping you from moving forward or doing anything, right? Here's what I want to tell you guys. The past is not supposed to be a prison. It's supposed to be a school. So you can learn from those things that happened in the past and you know how to move forward to your future. So don't let the things and the experiences, the things that happened in the past keep you from really experiencing what is designed for you in the future, what is destined for you in the future. Because even after this, you're supposed to win. Some of you have won before and it feels like you're in a losing season. I want you to remember you are a champion. And even though a champion may go through a losing season, they're not losers and they can win again. Here's what I want to declare for you right now. You can win again. I want you to get that. You can win again. Here's a principle I want you to use. Here's one thing. If you guys are taking notes, please take notes. Note takers are money makers. Note takers are move makers. Are y'all ready to make some moves? Right? If you're watching on the replay and you're ready to make some moves, I need you guys to listen in, need you to tune in and really take this serious. If you're really ready to go to the next level, because the season of settling is over. We're not settling for this right now. What you can't do is allow what has happened to allow you to settle for a lower level of life that you're not destined for. Don't settle for a lower experience. You saying, well, look, I'm going to take the comfortable life because I now think it's too hard for me to achieve the abundant life. I'm going to take the easy route because I think it's too hard for me to, I want y'all to get this, to achieve what I thought I could achieve before. I'm afraid to try again because I failed the last time. I don't want to go to the mountaintop because it's a long fall back down to the valley. But you belong on the mountaintop. So don't settle. The season of settling is over. Here's the thing. I say this on my calls, and I just said this on a call that I did last night. Here's what I want to tell you guys. But the season of settling is over because everything that settles ends up at the bottom. And you're not supposed to be at the bottom. We're going all the way up to the top. It's time for you to climb back up to your mountaintop. All right. It's time for you to climb to that mountaintop. You know, you feel the urge that you're supposed to be higher than where you are now. You feel the urge that you're supposed to be producing more than what you're producing right now. You feel the urge right now that you're supposed to be at a different level than you are right now. And what I want to tell you, here's what I want. One of the things I want you guys to get. Okay. Get this. It's not just about how many days you have in your life. It's what you do with the days that you're given. Right? It's not just about the days that you have in your life. It's really about what you do with the days that you're given. So I want you to look at this new day that you have right now. If you woke up today, I want you to know that this is another opportunity. It's another chance. What will you do with this day? I want you to get up every morning. What am I going to do with this day? How am I going to make the most out of this day? Every day that you wake up, that's a seed, right? Towards your greatness. Are you going to water that seed with your activity? Are you going to water that seed with the right mindset? Are you going to nurture that seed so that it can grow into something absolutely amazing? Let me tell you some thought processes you have to shift in order for you to live at the level that you're supposed to be, to live at a higher level. Here's some mindsets you have to share. I took some notes because I wanted to make sure that you guys actually get it. I wrote down some stuff that I want to make sure that you guys take away from this. I know there's somebody that needs this. Somebody desperately needs to hear this message today, right? Somebody's on the verge of giving up. Somebody's on the verge of really giving up. And I want to tell you, it's not time to give up. It's time to go all the way in. It's time to give it your all. It's time to get back in the game. All right. Here's the first thing I want to tell you guys. Here's some things. I want you to stop living from the past and start living from the perspective of your future. Stop living from the past. Thinking from the past instead of the future is one of the things that you got to stop. If you're going to go forward, if you're going to go to the next level, stop thinking from the past. There's a lot of people right now thinking from the past, but here's what I want you to do. Focus your eyes on going forward. Focus your eyes on those things before you. Focus your eyes on where you want to go, right? That's one reason why I have a vision of environment. You guys see all this stuff behind me. I don't just have a vision board. I do have a vision board, but I don't just have a vision board. I have a vision environment. That's why you see all this stuff behind me. If you see affirmations behind me, you see the believe behind me, you see the dream, the create, dream big, use count, all of this stuff, right? You see behind me because I need an environment. If you can see behind me, I don't know which way I gotta go, but if you see behind me, I have goals and different things that I have set around me, right? And over in the other corner, I have a vision board that I look at every single day. Why? Because I want to focus my attention on where I'm going. I want to focus my attention on where I'm going. And I want to live from the perspective of my future, not just the perspective of my past. See, I don't want you to see your past does not determine your future. Your past is not the thing that's going to determine your future. What most people do is they start thinking from the past and they allow their past to shape their present and they keep living the same stuff over and over again. That's why you're stuck. That's why they're in cycles and they feel like, I keep going through cycles. And they said, well, it's like a pattern. I take 2 steps forward and I end up taking 4 steps back. It's a pattern. I keep doing that. It's a pattern, right? But reason, because you're thinking every time you go out to achieve something really big and you take a step forward and you say, I'm going to go out and do this. You have let that little thought creep into your head to say, well, maybe it's not going to happen. But I want to tell you right now, you need to shift out of that and go into, it is going to happen. It has to work, or it has to work. It has to happen, or it has to happen. There's no other way but forward. I am going forward, and I'm going to keep pushing forward until I get what I desire. I'm going to keep pushing forward, but until I get what I said I'm going to set out to do. All right. So this is how you have to set out. Stop living from the past. Stop thinking from the past and start thinking from the future. What would your future self do? What would the 6-figure self do? Your millionaire self do? Your wealthy self do? Your wiser self do? Your stronger self do? What would you do? How would you act? Start thinking from that perspective. Here's another thing. Here's what you got to shift. You got to stop thinking that you're smaller than your challenges. I want y'all to get this. If y'all feeling me so far, if you've been on here for a little while, you feeling it so far, drop a 2 in the chat. Drop some 2s in the chat, right? Drop some 2s in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat, in the comments. I know we live. If you watching on the replay, then just drop it in the comments. Y'all let me know, right? Here's the thing. Stop thinking that you're smaller than your challenges. That is not how successful people think. I want y'all to get this. Successful people are not thinking that they're smaller than their challenges. They know that they're bigger than their challenges. You're bigger than what you're facing. You're bigger than what you want to create. You're bigger than that. You're bigger than the challenges that you face. I promise you. Stop thinking that you're smaller. Stop seeing yourself as a grasshopper. Stop seeing yourself as smaller than these challenges. Well, I got all of these bills. I understand. We all got bills, right? But you're bigger than that. You can create. You can create things that'll allow you to go beyond, to create an income beyond where your bills are. But you have to have the belief and you have to have the mindset that I am bigger than the challenges I face. I am bigger than the lack that I'm experiencing right now. I am bigger. Right? That's what you got to do. Here's another thing, guys, and I want you guys to really get this. If you're trying to move forward, if you want to get out of the space where you're stuck, here's another thing that you got to do. You got to stop thinking negative. Stop thinking negative. You know how you stop thinking negative? Stop surrounding yourself with negative people. You can't have a negative mindset and expect to have a positive bank account. You can't have a negative mindset and expect to have positive relationships. You can't think negatively about everything that you're doing, everything that you're trying to accomplish. You can't think negatively about those things. I want you guys to really get this, right? You cannot think negatively. And a lot of times negative creeps in. A lot of people don't know they're thinking negative because it's like that silent thing that creeps in before you know it. And you're talking about, you can hear it when you're talking about other people's stuff. You can hear it when you talk about things that are happening. Something happens, you was like, hey, you even could receive some money. Look, you could get some money. You could get a raise or something. Well, you know what? It was only $1. Right? You could get a raise and you can say, well, I bet they take this away from me later. Or I bet some bill comes up to take a place of that. No, I want to tell you guys, you start a business, you're going to be excited about it. You start investing, you want to be excited about it. You don't want to be negative. Oh, I bet this is going to flop. I bet this is going to fail. I bet this is only going to be a certain amount of time before this is taken away from me. You can't think that way. You got to remove the negative thinking. Every major movement and every super successful person, every super successful company is led by somebody who had a positive outlook. They had an attitude of expectation. How is your attitude? Do you have an attitude of expectation? Or did you wake up this morning expecting great things to happen for you? Did you wake up this morning and say, hey, this could be the day that everything works together for my good? This could be the day that something happens that shifts my life forever. This could be the day. This could be my day that I get my breakthrough. Right? You have to wake up with those things in mind. Let me tell you this. If you're going to get to your destination, you're going to get to where you desire. Here's another thing I want to tell you. And I go over this with my coaching clients. All right. And I want you guys to get this. Here's one thing that I go over. It's called the GPA, right? Or in other cases, I use GPS. So the GPS to get you where you want to go. Here's where I want to tell you. Here's the GPS. First, remember I told you if you're in a hole, set a goal, because fear and doubt won't get you out. Right. So here's the thing about goals. Your goal is your only escape from where you are right now. Your goal is the escape from your present circumstance. Your goals, here's what I want you to do. Start living in your goals instead of your present. Start walking, talking, acting like the person that you've set the goal to become. Goals are more about what you become in the process than the thing that you achieve. Because you're going to become a different person in the process of achieving the goal that you want. So I want you to start thinking like the person you are becoming before you even get there. So I want you to think like the higher version of yourself. So you're going to set goals, right? So what are your goals? Set goals beyond your current situation or your current capabilities. Why? Because you want to set a goal that you're going to have to become someone higher, but also you have to get higher resources. You're going to get better resources. Can I tell you, most people don't even lack resources. A lot of people think they lack resources, but they don't. They lack resourcefulness. There's some stuff that's already around you that you just can't see that can help you get to your next level. There's some things in your life already around you right now that you can utilize, that you can take advantage of, that you can leverage, that can take you to the next level, but you just don't have the eyes to see it right now. You just have to be more resourceful. There's people in your life, people you're connected to that can help you get to your next level. But do you recognize who they are? There's some things that you have access to right now that can help you get there. Be more resourceful. All right. So here's another thing I want you to do. When you set a goal, if it's going to be a real goal, you need to write that goal down. It's not a real goal unless it's written. Writing your goal down is the first stage of manifestation of that goal. Writing it down is the first stage of manifestation. That's what takes it out of your head and puts it on paper. Now it's physical. Now you can see it. Now you can act on it with your 5 senses. Now you can touch it, right? Now you can speak it so you can hear it. That's the first stage of manifestation of your goal, right? So write it down. Once again, like I said, speak this goal. Then I want you to get yourself a vivid experience with that goal. Whatever it is, whether you got to be around somebody that's already at that level, whether you got to go and visit it. If your goal is a house, maybe you need to go look at some houses. Before we got our house, we went and looked at houses every single weekend, looking at different type of houses so we can shape our mind around what type of house that we want to get. Go give yourself a vivid experience. What does the house that you want look like? What does the vehicle that you want look like? What does the business that you want look like? Right? Get around people who have the type of business that you want to have that are succeeding. You have to surround yourself with an environment and people who are going to help you go forward and achieve your goal. Right? Why do I have my goal right here so I can see it? I have my goal right behind me so I can see it, so that every day I'm getting up. How do I get there? How do I get around people who can help me get there? How do I identify the resources that can help me get there? You got to think about those things, all right? Now, after you have your goals, right, and you have your goals written and you're speaking your goals every single day, the next thing that you need to do is that you need to get a plan. If you are serious about your goal, you won't leave it at just a goal. You'll have a plan. And you sit down and you meditate on that goal and you think about that goal. You keep that goal in front of you and then you develop a plan that's going to help you get there. right? You develop a plan. What is your plan? Most people I ask people their goals and they tell me their goals, but then I ask, well, hey, what are your plans to achieve that goal? Well, I don't know. It's just what I want to happen. Do you really want to happen if you're not making plans? If you were going on a trip, like if it was a destination that you were going to, like I said, this is a GPS, right? If this is a destination you were going to, would you not have a plan? Would you not have a plan? Hey, I'm gonna have to get up at this time. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do that. If I was going out of the country, make sure I had to get my passport. Make sure that I have to have all my stuff in order. I'm gonna have a plan to make sure I achieve my goal that I want. So you got to have your goals, and then you have a plan, a detailed action plan that's going to help you achieve your goals. You need a plan. So that's GP, right? That's G. And we're going to talk about the S. This is the thing that a lot of people don't talk about, is your systems. So you got goals and a plan, and then you need a system. You need to put a system in place. Right? Why do you need a system in place? Because there's going to be times that you want to get off track. See, with systems allow you to be, it helps form your commitment. Systems help form your consistency. One of my things that I do, right? I'm a runner. So I got to get up. I got to make sure that my running shoes are downstairs. I make sure that my running shoes are in the place. I make sure I know where my running shorts, my running gear, all of that stuff is, so that when I get up in the morning, I'm not looking all over the place trying to figure out my stuff. I put a system in place. I know exactly what I need. I put my everything in a specific place for me to be able to get up and go out running. I got to make sure that I got all of my systems in place. Even with my business. Look, if you're an entrepreneur, get your stuff in order. Here's what I want to tell you. There's going to come an overflow of clients and business. When you get back in the game, things are going to shift for you. And you're going to get an overflow of clients, new business, income, all that type of stuff. But you want to make sure that you have systems in place that can handle it. The last thing that you want is an overwhelming overflow of business, clients, and blessings and breakthroughs that come into your life, but you have no systems in place to handle it. Make sure that you're prepared for the blessing that you want. Make sure you're prepared for the overflow that you desire. Make sure you are prepared for the abundance that you want. All right, that is your GPS. Goals, plans, and systems. They need to be in place. That's what's going to help you get to your next level, right? GPS. Now, your GPS is fortified and backed up by your ABCs. Here, your foundation, the ABCs of success. Let me talk to you. I learned this from my mentor, right? The ABCs of success. Let me tell you guys about this, right? ABCs of success. First, and I talked about this a little bit, but we're going to go in depth on this. Your attitude. What is your attitude about life right now? Do you have a negative attitude about life? Do you have a positive attitude about life? Do you have an enthusiastic attitude about life? Right? See, I want to tell you, abundance and wealth is a high energy thing. Success is a high energy thing. So one of the first things that you need to do in order for you to get back on track is you got to increase your energy level. There's not many high income earners that don't have high energy. So you got to increase your energy level. You got to get on a high level, and people call it frequency, people call it whatever, but you got to increase. You got to see your goals and the things that you desire are not going to come down to your level. You got to increase to the level that it's on. Increase your energy level. Improve your attitude. You're going to have to do that. So your attitude has to be right. Then you have to have your belief, right? Now, belief is different than believing. Here's what I want you guys to understand. When belief, I don't want you to just have belief I don't want you to just believe that it can happen. I want you to have the belief that it's going to happen for you. I want you, I know that there's a lot of people say, I know God can do it, but do you know that God will do it? Do you know that you are going to come through this? Do you know that you are going to succeed? Do you have the belief that it should happen to you? It's supposed to happen to you. It is going to happen to you. Are you speaking that because you believe it? Are you taking that type of action because you believe it? I can tell what somebody believes by the action that they take. Hopefully somebody's getting something out of this, man. I'm telling you, this is absolutely powerful right here. This is stuff that I use. I told you, stuff that I use to get myself moving forward. I still use it to this day to get myself moving forward. Anytime that I feel stuck, anytime that things are not moving forward, anytime I'm not seeing the success that I want to see, I use these principles and I say, hey, look, I got to go back to the basic foundation. And I have to start. I can actually usually come back and see what was off. I can look at and see what relationships. There could be some relationships that threw me off. There could be something that I did, right? There's something activity that I've done that threw me off of my game, right? So I can look back and do a diagnosis and say, hey, this is what happened. This is what I need to shift and what I need to change to get back on track, to get back in the game so I can start winning at the level that I'm supposed to again. Because you're not supposed to be down here. You're supposed to be at a higher level. You know it. You can feel it on the inside. Right? You can feel it right now. You feel the urge. You want to be doing more. But sometimes you're afraid. The past experiences are keeping you from getting there. Now, I told you the A is attitude, the B is belief, the C is commitment. It's not always going to be easy. It's commitment and consistency, really. But it's not always going to be easy. A lot of people think that everything's supposed to be easy. And if it's not easy, it's not supposed to be. That's not the truth. Everything is not going to be easy. I don't really care about if it's easy. I just want to know it's worth it. If there's something that I desire, there's something that I want to achieve, if something that I want to happen in my life, I'm not really focused on if it's easy. I'm focusing on if it's worth it. What if you could put in 2 to 5 years of work and live free for the rest of your life? Would you do the work? Some people say it's 2 to 5 years. I don't know. Well, the time is going to go by anyway. Can you commit yourself to 2 to 5 years? Here's what I tell my students who I help them build brands on YouTube. I have 100 video rule. You have to give up the right. Like if you're going to be successful with me, you got to give up the right to quit or to stop or to give up until you created 100 videos. You can't even assess your look. I don't even want you to have even an inkling of a thought of giving up till you created 100 videos. But here's what I know. After 100 videos, let me tell you guys what's going to happen. After 100, in the process of creating 100 of videos, that what you're going to become in that process is absolutely going to change everything for you. You're going to become a different person. You create 100 videos and you have the right guidance. You got a community of people who are surrounding you and all of that type of stuff. You're going to continue to make improvements. You're going to enjoy the journey and you're not even going to want to quit. You're going to become something different through the process of creating 100 videos. Now, that's what I tell people in my Brand Builders Unlimited community, right? And that's what I tell people. But, and I tell my students, but here's what I want to tell you in life. You got to set something. You got to set a non-negotiable. I ain't going to give up. I'm going to give this thing 18 months. I don't even give myself. If you start a business, give yourself 18 to 24 months and give yourself, say, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up on it. If you're going to start investing or you're going to learn how to trade, if you're going to do any of those things, give yourself 18 to 24 months before you even think about giving up. You have to have that mindset. You have to surround yourself with the right people who are going to succeed. Don't surround yourself with people who like the pity parties. All the people who are out there so y'all can sit around and lick your wounds together. That's not what you want. Are y'all feeling me now? Are y'all, hey, look, if this is going to help somebody, I don't know. I just wanted to help one person. I don't need it to help everybody. Like I told you, this wasn't even a message I was supposed to give, but it is the message I was supposed to give, but this wasn't the message I planned to give. But I decided to do this one because this is what I was led to do. If anybody has been helped, y'all drop a 777 in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, drop a 777 in the comments. If you're getting back in the game, if you're ready to win again, if you're ready to go at this thing again, if you're ready to give it everything you got again, drop a 777 in the comments, in the chat. Let me know that you guys are ready to push and ready to go, right? And I want, like I said, if you guys are interested in building a personal brand, this is not what this is about, but I want to let you guys know. If you're interested in building a personal brand that brings you passive income by leveraging the power of YouTube, then I want you guys to lock in with me. I got a free guide that I'm giving away right now. If you go into the description of this video, there's a link in there to allow you to get the free guide, right? That gets you on the right path to get you started. And then you can decide if you want to join the community. So you could get a community of people who are also achieving the same type of goal that you want, who are also building their own brands that bring them passive income. And you could get a coach, and I'm willing to coach you through the process of actually doing that, right? I want you guys to know that that's what we're doing. Maybe you need a shift. Maybe you need to pivot. Maybe you've been trying in a different way, and and it's just not working. Maybe what you tried before didn't work out for you. I want to help you pivot. I want to help you try a new strategy. I want to help you with the mindset of success so you can achieve the level of success that you really deserve and that you really desire. I run into so many people. They were like, well, you know what? I'm not even trying to accomplish anything big. I could tell that something stole their dream. And I hate to see when somebody loses their dream, where they were so passionate about something before and now they lose their dream. They let something that happened cause them to lose their dream, to lose their focus. But the great thing about it is that you can get your dream back. The great thing about it is you can get your focus back. And when you get your focus back, I want you to know that you can achieve everything that you're supposed to. That you can go to the level that you're supposed to go to. That you could go from surviving to thriving. You can go from living paycheck to paycheck to having your paycheck become your play money. You can literally do that. But you got to have the right systems around you. You need to have the right community around you. You need to have the right coach. And that's what I want to help you guys with, right? Of course, you can come watch the YouTube videos. You guys know I'm going to show up on YouTube consistently. You guys are going to see me rock it out on YouTube and do my thing always, right? I'm going to be here for you. You can come watch the free YouTube videos. But if you want to go deeper, you want to go faster, you need help with implementation, you want to learn some of the exact steps and processes, y'all go down in the description. Get my free guide, right? To get you started on the process, right? It's just click on the link in the bottom. It's Anthony Deloach. I think I have it here. I'm gonna put it on the banner just in case anybody needs to see it. Here it's anthonydeloach.com/BBU. Let's go there. I got a free guide I'm gonna give to you. It's gonna give you the option to join my Brand Builders Unlimited community, right? You have the option to do that, but I want you to get the free guide. I'm giving that away for free. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to be sending out a training. It's Training Thursday. So I'm going to be sending out a training. Once you join, you'll be on my email list and you'll get a free training that I'm going to send out tomorrow. And it's going to be a powerful training, right? I already recorded it, so I know it's going to be powerful, right? So it's going to be a powerful training I'm sending out tomorrow, but you need to be on my email list so that you can get that, right? Look, and if you know somebody else that needs to hear this and you need to share this with somebody else, share this video with somebody else. Cost you nothing to share this with somebody else that may need it to hear a message like this. Some of you all are on the brink of the biggest success that you've ever seen. Some of the reasons why you are being challenged the way you're being challenged right now is because things are about to change. My mentor told me this a while back. He said, look, here's the thing about challenges. Challenges lead to change. He said, if you look at the first three letters of challenge, it's CHA, and the last three letters of challenge is NGE. He said, that's change. That spells change. He said, in challenges, sometimes you have to have those challenges to change into the person that you were supposed to become. Those challenges lead to change. Maybe there's something that needs to change in your life. Maybe there's some people that need to change in your life. Maybe there's some other things, some companies that need to change in your life right now. Maybe there's a lot of stuff, right? That just some things that need to change in your life. And if you need that change, maybe that's the reason why you're having that challenge right now. I've been in this, I know because I've been in that place before. And sometimes we won't go, so we get pushed out. A challenge will push us to our next level, right? So I want you guys to do that. Think about those things, man. I'm excited for everybody that's on right now, that's watching, who's going to take this stuff and say, hey, look, I'm ready to run. I'm ready to get back on track. I'm ready to get back in the game. I'm ready to make things happen, right? I'm ready for my life to go to the next level. I know I'm supposed to be at the next level. I know I'm supposed to be living a different life experience, right? And I just genuinely want to help you, right? I want to help you. I go to my mentors. When I need help, I go to my mentors and I say, hey, look, here's the issue that I'm facing. First of all, I go to God, right? I go to God first. God will show me who I need to go to, because you don't need to go to everybody. There's particular people, there's specific people that you need to go to when you need help. God will send the right people as a resource for you to get the help that you want so that you can move forward. I believe the reason why I'm giving this message right now is because there was somebody that God wanted to get this message to, so that you wouldn't give up, so that you wouldn't give up on your dream. Sometimes the path will change to get to your dream, but that doesn't mean you have to give up on your dream. Guys, I've been in a lot of stuff. Things will happen and lead you. Things will lead you from one place to another, but it's all necessary. It's all a part of the plan. It's planned victory. It's planned victory, but you just don't know all the steps and stages of the plan. So you just have to go with it as it goes. I've been through a lot. Look, I used to do web design. Man, I've been in banking. I did a lot of stuff that led me to the point where I found crypto. I found YouTube. I found a lot of these things, which led me to different it led me to building my own personal brand. It led me to the relationships that I built. It led me to a lot of different things that I'm able to do now. And I built myself up with the help of God. I built myself up so that now I could be a more powerful person. I could be a stronger person. I could be a better version of myself. Man, I hope somebody's really getting this. My whole thing is that this helps somebody, man, because I know there's some people that's stuck right now. And I know you're ready to move forward. Here's what I want to tell you. Somebody's wondering if they should take that leap of faith. I believe it's time for you to take that leap of faith. I believe that it's time for you to defy the odds. I believe that right now that you're about to experience the greatest season that you're about to walk into. And that's why you're facing so many challenges. That's why so many things are trying to hold you back, because what you're going into is about to be absolutely amazing. It's about to be absolutely incredible, right? Let me tell you this, before I get into things, before I go into great seasons, there's always great disruption. And here's what I want. Every time that you have intention, it will be followed by disruption and distraction. There's going to be something to come along. Once you set your intention right now, somebody's on here and you're saying, hey, you know what, Anthony, you right. I'm about to go for it. I'm about to go all in. Guess what's going to happen? There's going to be something that's going to try to disrupt what you're doing and something that's trying to distract you from what you're doing. Here's the key that I want to let you know. Every distraction is not negative. Sometimes sometimes you can be distracted from where you're supposed to go by another option, another path, and you'll be distracted. And we call it shiny object syndrome, right? And you're like, hey, look, I'm going to do this. And then there's some distraction comes up. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to put your goals over your distraction. I want you to put goals over your distraction. There will be distractions, but you don't have to be distracted. You're going to have to learn the power of no. No, you're going to have to learn the power of decision when you decide that when you decide, you cut off the other options. You say, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let anything distract me. I'm going to do this with everything I got until I get what I want, until I get where I'm supposed to. Right? So don't let the disruption take you off track. I'm telling you right now, when you make that decision and you set your intention, there's going to be some things that's going to come up and try to keep you from getting there. It's going to make you prove that you really want it as bad as you say you want it. Is it really a desire, a burning desire, or is it just a wish? Are you really about that life? Are you really going to do what it takes? Are you, man? And we just talking right now. Hopefully you guys, for you guys staying on and listening, hopefully that you're really getting something from this. But let me tell you guys that every great success, before they on their journey to that success, they face great failure. They face great opposition. There's a story about Jeff Bezos, and he was telling the story about Jeff Bezos. First of all, you guys know when Amazon started, it operated in the negative, right? They operated without producing a profit for like the first 12 years, 10 to 12 years or something. But there was a pivotal point in the history of Amazon where Jeff Bezos needed to raise $1 million or Amazon was going to go under. What I love about what Jeff Bezos said in that story, it wasn't a doubt for him. He never said, well, he didn't have the $1 million, but he never said, I just don't have the $1 million. I got to give up. Amazon's going to go under. No, he knew it was a challenge, but guess what? He knew his dream was bigger than the challenge that he was facing. So he went and he had meetings with all of these people to raise the $1 million. And at that time, at the early infancy stages of Amazon, their main question, he said the main question he got when he went to them, they was like, what is the internet? Right? It was like, they didn't even know. He's trying to raise money from people to keep his dream alive. But what I love about it is that he didn't care what they was going to say about him. He didn't care what they were going to think. A lot of times we're distracted by what we think people are going to think about us. We're taking off track because we think somebody's going to think, oh, you trying to do that little thing? What makes you think you could be an entrepreneur? Oh, you going to invest now? Oh, you investing? You think that's going to get you rich? Oh, you think you about to get free? Oh, you think this stuff, and because you see, you can hear what everybody else is saying, you let that stop you from going forward. Some people, I talk to people about getting on YouTube. You know what that biggest thing is? I don't know about getting on camera. What are people going to say about me? They're going to think I'm trying to be a YouTuber. They're going to think this and that. And then you letting the opinions of other people keep you from the level of success that you. No, absolutely not. Nobody else is going to make my dream happen. So I don't care about their opinion. Their opinion doesn't matter. I'm going forward to achieve what I'm supposed to achieve. I'm going to make it happen. So here's what I'm telling you guys. Right now, it's time to bounce back. But I believe for some of you all, I'm not going to say because I don't know the stage of life that everybody's in. But for some of you all, this is going to be the last time that you have to bounce back. You had to bounce back plenty of times before, but this is going to be the last time that you're going to have to bounce back. And when you bounce back this time, you're going to stay up, and it's going to be up and it's stuck, right? It's going to be up from good from here on, because you know what? The thing is, not only are you going to win, but this time you're going to learn how to win. You're going to learn the essence of winning. You're not only going to win, but you're going to become a true champion. Right? That's the difference between just somebody win. A lot of people, there's teams that just win by happenstance, right? There's people who win by happenstance, but then there's other people who understand the science behind winning. They understand how to win. They understand if they're not winning, how to get back to winning. And that's what you're going to learn through the challenges that you're facing right now, right? And that's what's exciting about this, man. I'm just ready for all the success stories. If you guys would do me a favor, if you actually have a success story, something moves forward for you, if you achieve something, y'all hit me up, right? Let me know. Send me a DM, send me a message or whatever. Look, I just want to celebrate with you. When you just make that decision to move forward, when you make that decision, I'm going for it again. When you make that decision, Anthony, I'm jumping back in the game. I'm ready to make it happen. I'm ready to go to the next level. I want you guys to do it. Right now, here's the recap for you guys. Here's some thought processes that you need to avoid. Let's talk about it, right? Here's the thought process that you need to avoid. You need to avoid thinking from the past instead of the future. Here's another one. You need to avoid thinking that you're smaller than your challenges because you're bigger. You need to avoid thinking negative. You need to do those things. You need to avoid thinking negative. Then here's what you need to do. You need to get your GPS, your goals, write them down, speak them every single day. Right? Get your goals, solid goals, where you want to go. If you're in a goal, set a hole. If you're in a hole, set a goal. I said that wrong. If you're in a hole, set a goal. Then you want to get your plans together, and then you want to put together systems that is going to simplify things for you. It'll allow you to be more consistent and committed. And then you're going to get back to the foundation, which I say is the ABCs of success. Your attitude, right? Have the right attitude, increase your belief, and make sure you're consistent and committed. That's what you got to do, right? Those are the things that sums it up for you guys there, but make sure that you're doing that. Here's another saying that I have, and I hope you got this. Means a lot to you. Successful people, now let me do it this way. Unsuccessful people are always looking for the minimum requirement, but successful people are always looking for the maximum result. Which one are you? You can achieve whatever you want in life. You can be whatever you want to become. You can go wherever you want to go, but you need to shift your mindset. Get your mind out first, then everything else will follow. All right, guys. So that's my message for today. Hopefully this empowers, helps, encourage somebody. And if you're ready to go to the next level, if you guys are ready to build a powerful brand that brings you passive income by leveraging the power of YouTube, go to anthonydeloach.com/BBU. Get my free guide and then join my community if you're ready to do that. But until tomorrow, you know I'm going to be right back on here with another message. I think I'll do the one from earlier, right? I think I want to do the one on the millionaire mindset, right? I may do that, the six-figure mindset, the millionaire mindset, something like that. But we may do that. But I'm excited for each and every one of you. Let's go. Let's rock it out. Until tomorrow, you guys be blessed and have an absolutely phenomenal day.